Make sure it's not snake here. Like if you click back to ABS or mute it onto it, but just take it and speed. No, don't take it on phone. You might have to mute for timeout. So right here. Good evening and welcome to the campus of Laney College here in Oakland, California. Live from Stan Peters Field here at Dr. Bill Riley Stadium on Peralta TV. My name is Max Agress, bringing you coverage of 3C2A football this season. We've got a matchup between the 0-1 Laney College Eagles and the 1-0 Butte College Roadrunners. Butte College comes in as the number 5 ranked team in the 3C2A after a 38-7 victory at home versus Reedley College. Starting off with the defense, the Roadrunners defense was on full display, holding Reedley to 0 net rushing yards despite only returning 1 interior defensive lineman from a year ago. The offense, it returns 1 offensive lineman and 1 tight end. That tight end just happens to be the All-American redshirt tight end, Adon Turner. He is going to be a force to be reckoned with. The philosophy for Butte stays the same year after year. It's a man-blocking scheme looking to physically dominate their opponents, so expect to see a lot of heavy personnel and a massive rotating cast of 5 tight ends that'll come in and out throughout the rest of this game. You're going to see the 6'4 freshman quarterback Amari Cooper and the sophomore running back Neal Raby. They're going to be the ones leading the charge. Cooper was 11 for 22 for 122 yards, a touchdown and an interception last game, and Raby had 15 rushes for 148 yards as well as a touchdown on their own. Laney College on the other side is looking to rebound after a tough 40-14 loss down in Modesto. The game got away from the Eagles early on. Modesto ended up scoring 28 points in the first quarter, and those came off some big home run plays, changed some alignments, changed everything up. The defense did a lot better in quarters 2 through 4 as they made those adjustments. The young starters start to settle down, and they start to look like the competent team that we expect to see time after time. Laney's returning 2 of their top 2 tacklers from a season ago. Linebacker Caleb Hampton-Purfoy as well as Roman Gates are looking to lead this young talented crew. The true freshman Bridgewater twins and Caden and Jaden have won the starting safety spots. So defensive coordinator Robert Crowley raved about their physical tools as they continue to grow. They're also led with former 3-star cornerback Zion Johnson, who's starting the outside corner spot as well. He's a Sunday build type of guy is what Coach Crowley was telling me on the phone earlier before this game, and he's just got to get his technique right. So the physical aspects are there. It's just a matter of learning the game, getting more comfortable, and fitting that scheme a little bit tighter. On offense, DJ Duran, the 6'4 sophomore out of Pasco, Washington, leads the way. He was 16 for 31, 171 yards, and 2 interceptions in that first game. Despite the 2 turnovers, he showed a lot of good stuff and is definitely a capable candidate to lead this team. 3 of the top 4 receivers from a year ago. UC Davis bounce back Jeremiah Ruffin, Eastern Michigan bounce back Davion Cho Sanders and JP Zamora come back here, and paired with the pen of running backs that they have, we've got a fun one on our hands. It's going to be the front 7 of Laney telling the story alongside the offense of the Eagles, seeing if they can pick things up as we have kickoff underway. Laney will be the one to kick it off first of all, so we'll get a look of this big Butte offense to get ourselves started here. on this lovely Friday. 69 degrees at kickoff. A very nice afternoon, late evening here in Oakland, California. And Laney wearing their silver tops with the green tops, green bottoms, and the silver numerals on the other side for Butte. They're in their standard road whites, white tops with that cream bottom with the cream tops. And they'll be kicking off left to right. Cade Simmons, Jaden Sealer are the ones back there. And the end-over-end kick will be fielded down at the 15-yard line. Cutting it up the field out to the 20, going all the way across the formation, finding a sliver of space, taken down at the 31-yard line. Running half a gasser to pick up an additional 7 yards on the play. That was Najee Dady, the one to make the play. Now we get a look of this Butte offense. Amari Cooper at the helm, the former two-sport athlete, a left-handed pitcher in his own time. So Laney Eagles coming out facing this lefty quarterback for the first time. But one thing you're going to have to watch out first of all is stopping the run. Such a potent team sending out so many big formations. One tight end set over the right-hand side from the far hash mark as we get started here from the 31-yard line. Rolling right to left. Amari Cooper's under center. It's Raby in the backfield. Play action fake. Looking down the field is Cooper. Cooper sends it down the sideline. Has this man beat. Has the step, but the throw over the top too long. Marquay Kirkendall was the defensive back on the coverage there. And that is the speed on display early. DJ Horton had his man beat by a couple steps, but Amari Cooper wasn't able to quite get his hands on that, or get the touch on that ball, I should say. So an incomplete pass on a deep ball down the sideline. You can see Butte wanting to be ultra aggressive to start this one out. Speed is one of the top things that we were talking about in that pregame meeting with new defensive coordinator Robert Crowley. He was talking about how his young corners, they have the physical tools, but it's just matching up with that. As we reset the game clock here, but it's just a matter of matching up, making sure your technique is right, being able to mirror those hips. And the Eagles get away with one early. 3-4 defensive front to start. You bring some of those outside linebackers like Marlon Purfoy out to the line of scrimmage. And so with the tight end off the left-hand side, they'll come out in an empty look now for Cooper. Motioning the running back into the backfield is Raby. Hand off right side. A jump cut inside, spinning through the first tackler, met in the hole. Caleb Hampton Purfoy was there. Only a gain of 2 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down and long, 3rd and 8. Caleb Hampton Purfoy, one of the older leaders here on this Laney defense, 23 years old, broke his foot his freshman year, has been around the program, and one of those strong bodies that continues to lead the way for this new regime Laney Eagle team. Josh Ramos in his first year here with the Laney Eagles after taking over for the legendary coach Beam. Expect to see a lot of the same type of situations, though the scheme hasn't changed much. They're just trying to build the foundation and fight forward. Empty set here. The running back will set at the left tight end spot. Pardon me, he'll actually come across in the jet sweep formation. Another deep pass down the middle of the field. Got caught in the mix and through the fingertips, dropped. Pass incomplete on the play. It was number 84, Odin Moody, streaking down the field, and 2 times on this opening drive, the Eagles defense able to get away with it. Amari Cooper calibrating on those 2 passes, but a 3 and out to start. Got to feel very lucky up to this point if you're the Eagles. Miscommunications bit them early on versus Modesto, and we're seeing those ugly heads pop their way up once again. Ashton Carr is the punter for Butte. Low snap, handled well. And this is a wiggling punt that'll be fair, caught down to the 25-yard line, and that is where the Eagles offense will start. Davion Cho Sanders with the fair catch. And he'll take a look at this Laney Eagles offense. 2-star recruit out of the 2024 class. Had FCS interest. Ended up getting an offer from Montana Western. DJ Duran coming out leading the team in green early, working left to right. The number 9 in green, a tall quarterback at 6'4". And that was one of the issues Laney had last year. They just didn't really have a guy that could distribute the rock to all their playmakers. So now they feel like they've got a good cast in that quarterback room. And a sprint out right, a throw over to the flat, and a nice catch made at the 30-yard line, pushed out of bounds after about a 7-yard gain. And that is Davion Cho Sanders getting his hands on the ball for the second time. First on the fair catch, and now on the reception. Getting your offense rolling early and staying in rhythm is going to be one of the keys. In this situation, though, Laney lining up in the empty set from the near hash mark. See if they can maybe take a shot early on. Snap is off, pump fakes, throws it over, and a wide open man caught at the 40-yard line. Space along the 40, takes it out, has a blocker out to the 30, tackled down to the 25-yard line. Hit the ground before that ball popped loose. And that is number 37. That is Vashawn Johnson, one of the running backs getting the start today. DeJay Wiltshire got the start last week, and a blown coverage on Butte's side allows a big run, setting up Laney inside of the 25. Play action fake, the draw up the middle, and the Butte defense all over that one this time around. It was Quinmon Beamon, the 6'2", 230 sophomore out of Philadelphia, able to lead the way and make a tackle for loss, so the ball will be spotted down at the Laney 26-yard line. We saw Laney get into some bad spots last week, falling a little too far behind the chains, and they were able to fight through it. Can they get past this second down and 14 now? Second and 14, DJ Duran out of the pistol. Motions the tight end across the formation, and it's going to be a free play. Go route, toss down the far sideline, a jump ball. This won't be taken by the defensive back, Ty Williams, but that was a free play. And Laney will take this and move the ball forward 5. Offsides penalty, just taking the shot. That's what you expect to see. So that'll negate all the positives for that tackle for loss for Quinn Beeman. And he'll push forward 5 yards, so it'll be second down and about 7 from this spot. Ball spotted down right at the 20, so Laney College in the red zone, the first team to make it here up to this point. It's going to be second down and 6 now for the Eagles as they line up in a heavy formation of their own. Tight end on the right side is Elijah Alexander, line up with the fullback and Felipe Bears. Motion Bears across the formation, handoff up the middle, space, and a crease sent out to the 15-yard line. The linebacker crew ended up getting there at the very end, but it's going to be third down and 2. Carry made there by Marcus Jones. Marcus Jones, shirted at Chabot, played there last year. And an offsides penalty will end up taking that run away. So 2 straight offside plays for Butte, and that will be second down and about 3. So instead of taking the third down and short, of course, you got to take that situation every time. Some of those early penalties from a young front, that's what Butte was worried about. Penalties ended up affecting Butte last week a bit. 7 penalties for 55 yards. Jet motion across the formation. Play action fake to the right-hand side. The go route down the far sideline has the inside positioning. Goes up, makes the grab for the touchdown. Davion Cho Sanders with the opening score here at home. Laney Eagles take the 6-0 lead. What a great job on the inside positioning there by Davion Cho Sanders. Joe got inside, stole the inside positioning, high pointed that ball, and Laney leads 6-0. As the snap is off, the hold is down, the kick is up, and the extra point is good. 7-0 Eagles early on. 2 deep balls dropped or overthrown by Butte. And now big explosive plays for DJ Durant and company, capitalizing. A 16-yard pass. And that is exactly what the doctor asked for. Come out and punch the number 5 team in the nation right in the mouth. Mike Tyson has a legendary quote, everybody has a game plan until they get punched in the mouth. And let's see what this Roadrunners team has in store. Hitting kickoff now for the second time. The stat said it was Ruffin, but it was indeed DJ Duran with the pass. Steps forward, end over end kick. This will be fielded down at the 4-yard line this time around. Taking it to the top of numbers, cutting back the other side of the field. Having some space, a jump cut out to the 30-yard line. And the second return of the day for Najee Dady. A lot of lateral movements, trying to find these lanes. But a good job from the special teams unit of the Eagles, able to corral it down and hold them only to a few yards. Good starting field position for the second time. First time around, Butte College went 0 for 2, had 1 run for a couple of yards, but that 0 for 2 could have easily been converted into 6. So let's see if the newly crowned defensive coordinator in Robert Crowley can tighten this unit up here in the second time around. 2-back formation here with the fullback on the right side. It's 22 personnel. The motion, Dady across the formation. Stretch handoff to the right-hand side. Space and the heavy push. As the tackle made after the first initial contact, I saw the offensive lineman making a big push on that right side, but it looks like one of those linebackers were able to come up there and make the play behind. Quickly up to the ball, working with some tempo now. Play action fake. Amari Cooper finding his man down the near sideline, but another drop ball. The coverage a lot tighter this time around. Caden Bridgewater found the man on the crossing path and able to make a tough contest. And just like that, it's 3rd down and long once again for this Butte College team. This is a team that did struggle passing the ball last week, only 136 yards with that interception. Running the ball was the bread and butter, but up to this point, it looks like this front of Laney College doing an incredible job filling the gaps. We talked about in the call that I had with Coach Crowley, some of these D-line games being able to disrupt movement. And that's what we're seeing so far. Sprint right, eyes downfield, trying to set up the screen pass. Has his man open, but a drop ball by Luke Alloway, pardon me, the 6'5" sophomore out of Chico, California, unable to get his hands on that ball. So a couple times now, Butte with opportunities to make big plays, but unable to capitalize, whether it be an overthrown ball or a drop ball. That sends the punt unit out. And Laney's got to be suckling at the teat right now with how this one's going. Ashton Carr out to punt. Joe Sanders, heels are at the 30-yard line. Long snap comes a little slow, an opportunity to make the return now, but instead just a fair catch, and the ball spotted down to the 26-yard line. Joe Sanders with the fair catch, and now this unit that just exploded their way down the field. See if they can capture lightning in a bottle once more. A little bit of a different look here. It's the pistol with the tight end off the left side. Two receivers to that shorthand side of the field as well. DJ Durant, a great start to the evening. 3 for 3, 68 yards and a touchdown. Late substitution here for Butte. It'll be the outside linebacker coming in, and it's Caleb Phillips, the nickel rather. And now it's DJ Durant getting his start from the 26-yard line, going left to right once more. Play action fake, stands tall in the pocket, hit as he throws over the top, couldn't get his feet under. JP Zamora was open, but the pressure was there in time. Incomplete pass, it's 2nd and 10. Good pressure inside by Kai Baugh. All that strength, 6'1", 285 with a 600-pound squat. You can see why he was able to compress that pocket from his nose tackle position. Same formation here. And there's lining up out of the pistol once more. Stretch over the left side. Nowhere to go. No push off that line. It was Jeremiah Johnson setting that edge. And it's 3rd down and 9 after only a 1-yard rush on the play. A bunch of different backs rotating in up to this point for Laney. Couldn't quite get a number on the field. I believe that is Marcus Jones. Marcus Jones dotting that pistol once more. Jet motion across the formation. Snap over to the right hip, and a flag is down on the field. The go ball, undercut, broken up on the play. But a flag on the play. Let's see who this one's on. It might be another offsides there, as Laney College was targeting Tony McAdoo. And it is an offsides. That is something you cannot have. The nose tackle cannot jump out. You're right in front of the ball. You got to look at it. I know it's still early on in the season, but those week 1 jitters got to be in your rear seat. Free shot taken, and it's 3rd down and manageable now. 3rd down and 4 on the field. Lowers for the ball, and it's a draw up the middle. Space along the left side, cutting it up to the 40. And on top of the numbers, spun down to the 45-yard line. Beautifully drawn up play there as Marcus Jones able to pick up the 1st down. And this Laney College offense, with some assistance from penalties, able to move the chains. Taking shots, setting up the offense, and then running the ball when it matters. 2-back pistol look this time around. Showing the motion across the formation. It is a stretch over the right side, and blown up in the hole was Marcus Jones. Right there inside the pile. That was Haimu Letisi, the defensive lineman for Butte. No gain on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 10. These two offenses love to put a lot of window dressing on plays. You see jet motions. I saw some pretty crazy plays last week, and this time around it will be handed off. The ball is on the ground. Let's see who falls on top of it. It looks like one of the offensive linemen potentially. No, instead, a turnover on a fumble. The handoff was not quite right there. And falling on top of that ball, it was number 50, I believe that was 59, Kerry Beller. So the ball spotted down at the 40, and a turnover is exactly what Butte needs in this situation. The offense with 2 3-and-outs despite having some opportunities. And now with his defensive flash, allow his offense to carry on some momentum. Tight end off the right-hand side and the left. Some 21 personnel. Sends the formation, or sends the motion, I should say. And that one's read perfectly. Deion Coleman on his first carry gets buried in the backfield. And we saw it there, so a jet motion with the slot receiver, and they tried to send it back around almost like an orbit motion, fake like it was a reverse, but instead just a stretch to the left side or a power. Wasn't able to see the offensive lineman in that situation. but just a simply designed play with a lot of window dressing. Adler's shotgun, 2 tight ends still on the field. Loving those big tight end sets. Motioning Dady across the formation. It will be a handoff to him this time around. The jet sweep, the jump cut inside, and he is wrestled down to the 34-yard line. After a gain of 6, it'll be 3rd down and 4. That is Tremaine Mozique able to make the tackle.
It's 3rd down.
Let's see if Butte can set up and potentially get their first 3rd down conversion of the day. In this situation, though, it could be 2 down territory. The tailback in the backfield is Deion Coleman once more, working out of the pistol, the motion, the tight end over to the left side. Power to the left, space to go, upended, but enough for a 1st down. Caden Bridgewater was there to fill the gap, but not before a 5-yard gain on the play. And Deion Coleman able to get the first down of the day for Butte. Coleman, the 2-star running back out of the 2024 class, had FBS interests, but the only offer came from Division II. Minot State decided to test his luck here with the Roadrunners. It has been a good 2-punch up to this point in the season. 8 rushes for 39 yards and a touchdown coming into this game. Heavy formations continue. Adon Turner, the furthest left tight end in the formation. Handoff. Cutting over to the left side, runs into the back of his own offensive lineman was Raby, and Raby only a gain of 2. Butte ran all over Reedley College last week. 286 total rushing yards between their pen of backs. But up to this point, Laney has been doing a really good job triggering down, filling the gaps, and not allowing much running space for this team that is known for their running. Roadrunners and loving to rush on the field as well. 2 tight ends set to the left-hand side from that near hash mark. It's Cooper. He'll motion Dady across the formation. Fakes the stretch, play action fake. Pressure comes, has a man open out to the 5-yard line. And another incomplete pass. This time around it was DJ Horton, the freshman out of Weed, California, with the balls off of his fingertips. Cooper is putting it near the vicinity, but these wide receivers or tight ends for Butte up to this point unable to corral it. Incomplete passes have been the bane of Butte's existence up to this point. Only 1 complete pass, 1 for 6 yards, is Amari Cooper. 3 receivers to the far-hand side. The most inside receiver is Adon Turner. He's a big threat inside this area. A check at the line. And Cooper calls for the snap. 3-step drop. Stepping up in the pocket. And he'll be spun around and taken down. Marlon Hampton Purifoy makes the stop on the play, holding the quarterback to only 1 yard. And it looks like special teams are going to come out for Butte. So despite the fumble by the way of Laney College, the defense comes up and makes a big stand right here. At this point, this should be about a 44-yard field goal attempt. Lane Gardner is the kicker. 1 for 1, 36 yards last week. He had a 41 long last year, so this will be a career long here if he's able to complete it. And this one, just enough leg to get through the uprights. Had the distance for about 45 yards out, and the first score of the day for Butte comes here at the 5:18 mark. 7-3 the score here as Laney leads Butte, but you got to be feeling pretty good if you're the Eagles in this situation. You turn the ball over pretty far inside your own side of the field, and you hold the other team to only 3. We'll get to see the Laney College return team for the first time today. They've kicked it off twice up to this point. Some explosive returners and a lot of experience in the kick return game for Laney College. Jeremiah Ruffin and Tony McAdoo, the 2 deep men for the Eagles. The sun shines as we have a 5:30 kickoff here. So that is one thing that you have to factor in. Sunshine getting into your eyes as you're returning it from that left side. The kicker who just made the field goal is Lane Garner. Stamps forward. End over end kick. This one will be low and fielded by Tony McAdoo. McAdoo with the lead blocker out to the 15-yard line, finding the sideline. A jump cut inside out to the 30. McAdoo's free. He's out to the 50, the 30, veering inside. 20, 10, 5, touchdown. 98-yard kickoff return for Tony McAdoo. And the second score of the day for Laney College as it's 13-3. A quick answer just like that. You can see why he's been such a great return man in his career. Second team All Lone Star Conference in his year at Western Oregon last year. On full display as Laney College able to get the long return. Hold us down, the kick is up. And the PAT is no good. It looked like the hold was a little bit slow or something. That ball shanked off the foot of the kicker for Laney College. So Brandon Niermeyer misses his first extra point of the year. He's 2 for 3 now. And just like that, the Laney defense being sent back onto the field. Special teams first, of course. What an explosive start to the day. Officially a 99-yard return for Tony McAdoo. This is something that you have to factor in, though. A lot of these special teams guys play both return and kick, so fatigue after sprinting all the way down the field might potentially hinder some of the Butte or even the Laney side, seeing how their coverage goes. Aiden Sealover, the freshman out of Colusa, California, alongside Najee Dade. Dade has gotten both the returns up to this point. Holding his arms up is Esteban Gonzalez Cruz, who is the kicker here on kickoff. And this ball fielded down once again on the 5-yard line. Changing the other side of the field, a flag comes down as there's some space out to the 35-yard line. The tackle down after just about a 32-yard return by Dade. And this will likely be a holding call against Butte, sending them back. Two penalties on the field. Both of them in a close-ish vicinity. And they're stamping this one back. As of right now, it looks like it was probably on the defensive back in Liam Elo. Likely going to be a holding call based on how far they're marching it back.
On the return team, number 26.
So it'll be called against 26. That is Tony Caramella, pardon me. The sophomore out of Reno, Nevada. That was the further back penalty. So it'll take it all the way back down to the 7-yard line, and that is where Butte will get their start. Butte was able to pick up a first down on the last drive. That was their first down of the game. But up to this point, it's been all Laney Eagles. And this front that's been mixing and matching up, doing a really good job up to this point. Quick bubble screen out to the near hand side. Trying to use his lead blocker, but the Eagles are swarming on that play. Jonah Dixon with the second catch of the, pardon me, got the wrong roster. That was Najee Dade getting the catch. That'll be a gain of 5 on the play as the ball be spotted down at the 18. Motioning tight end across the formation once more in that 21 personnel. A stretch to the right side, breaks off the first tackler, falling forward, chopping his feet, enough for the first down. A 7-yard rush on the play by Raby. Down to the 24-yard line. It was Raby, the 5'10", 200-pound sophomore out of Cottonwood, California, one of the returners on the team. Raby, a 3-sport athlete, track and field, wrestling, football, a preseason 4th-team All-American and the number 9 ranked running back in the JC circuit. He is going to be the lead back here. 3:55 counting down. Play action fake. Sprint out left. Firing down the field. This one a 50-50 ball for a moment. Nearly an opportunity to get the interception there was Marquay Kirkendall, as it seemed like the receiver on the play kind of just lost the spot of the ball. 2 tight ends check in. It's Ben Wheeler and Elias Kunaha. Kunaha, one of those top regarded tight ends as well. You talk about how good Adon Turner is with that All-American bid, but he's the bona fide 2nd tight end for this Butte College team. Almost like a little bit of a wishbone formation here. It's a hand up the middle, and stonewalled in the hole was Raby. What a collision on the play. Filling that gap with some absolute thunder, it was Braden Harvey. Harvey is listed as a defensive lineman, but the way it looked with that collision, it looked like he almost had a head start. Just like that, it's 3rd down and long once more. 3rd down and 7. Out of the shotgun, they'll motion the tight end across the formation once more. So 3 receivers to the left side. Amari Cooper looking for the screen pass. Perfectly set up, and it's another drop ball. Raby off the hands will drop it, and that is the 4th or 5th time today we've seen a Butte player drop a perfectly thrown ball. So at 2:54 counting down here in the opening quarter, Laney College 13, Butte 3, and Butte forced to punt for the 3rd time today. Ashton Carr getting a leg workout early on. Remember, folks, never skip leg day. And it's Davion Cho Sanders lined up at the 35. The snapper has been setting a little bit slow, so I wonder if Laney will end up setting some pressure, trying to get a block at some point. So the ball was snapped from the 25, and it goes all the way down to the 46. Terrific starting field position here. Trying to do some quick math off the top of my head. That's only about a 28-yard punt at this point. The ball placed at the 46 on the far hash. And the Eagles offense looking to build off what they started. .254 counting down here. Out of an empty set. Handed off on the jet sweep. And those just have not necessarily been working for Laney early on. Jeremiah Ruffin was tackled for a loss of 2 on the play. I believe it was Sanders who was the one who took the handoff that was bobbled and eventually fumbled it last time around. Expect to see more eye dressing and power sweep more so than some of these jet sweeps. Jet sweep formation once again. It's a play action fake. Has a man in his face and just has to throw the ball. Late hit on the play, but nobody's going to call it. Marcus Jones just took a lick from Javen Hudson. A little bit of chirping back and forth, and eventually that flag comes down. So it's 3rd down now, but the flag on the field, let's see what the officials talk about before then. I could see that as a late hit and a personal foul on Butte, as they've got to feel pretty out of sorts up to this point. This is a team that is very much so talented year after year, getting recruits all across the nation. Head coach Robbie Snelling.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 32.
And it is an unsportsmanlike conduct on Javen Hudson. They did properly assess that. That'll be a 15-yard penalty and a first down here, buying Laney out of a difficult situation. Finishing my point here, Robbie Snelling, a great head coach here for Butte College. Played at Butte as a tight end. Part of the reason they love having 6 tight ends on the roster. Almost seems unheard of. But after the penalty, the ball will be spotted down at the 41-yard line of Butte. And Laney's offense is moving. 2-back set. In motion. A deep ball over the top into double coverage, batted down, and a flag. JP Zamora was running the post play. And at that point, a little bit of a tough call. Both guys fighting, trying to get their hands on that ball. And the way that I see it is, if you're making a play at that ball, you should be able to make contact. But I think it's almost like a basketball over the back in that situation, because Zamora and his 6'4" frame was able to get that inside positioning. Just like that, Laney lining up quickly to the line, working with some tempo now. Heavy formation, 22 personnel. Out of the Pistols, DJ Duran. And it is actually a different quarterback here as the handoff is up the middle. And that was 19 in the game. It's Deontay Faison. Deontay Faison, the freshman quarterback out of Berkeley High School, getting his first playing time this year as a late flag comes in.
Flag on the play.
Faison, the 4th quarterback played up to this point for Laney College on the season.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 55.
An unsportsmanlike contact
15-yard penalty.
called on number 55. That's Bubba Tuika, the freshman out of Valley Christian. That'll move Laney back. After the penalty, the ball will be spotted down to the 41.
Keep control, guys. Keep control.
You can hear the official over the speaker saying keep control, and they want to hold this one off before things start to pop off. So the right tackle called for the unsportsmanlike, and we'll get another stoppage in play here as the officials try to clean things up. But a terrible situation to be in after getting gifted that first down on the play action, or pardon me, on the pass interference, I should say. And now obvious passing situation here. Duran checks back in off the fingertips, juggled, eventually caught right at the line of scrimmage, but taking a big hit in the process. Zone defenders right there in that spot as it was number 37, Vashawn Johnson. A lot of different players that played up to this point for Laney throughout the first 2 games. We've seen about 8 running backs up to this point. Sprint right, time to throw, throwing towards that sideline, hit late as that ball sails to the right-hand side. DJ Duran was there. The pressure put on him by Keaton Stam, the freshman 220 linebacker out of Peoria, Arizona. Highly productive player during his senior year, 110 total tackles, 9.5 sacks, 2 interceptions as he helped lead his team to a state championship out there in Arizona. Played for Liberty High School. And on 4th down here, it looks like Laney's keeping the offense on the field. I think there may be a mistake because I don't see why you would go for it on 4th down and an eternity in this situation. Maybe a QB punt, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Low wobble punt. This one's returnable. Picked up in the air at the 25-yard line. A shoulder thrown by an offensive lineman as it was about a 13 or 14-yard return. And it looks like the man on the return is still down. Caught a right shoulder right to the solar plex. That's 350 pounds launching right at you. I don't blame you for being down. So with that, 1:38 remaining, we'll take our first timeout as an injured player on the field here on Peralta TV. Ty Williams coming out and making the play. Was able to sprint out the field. I think he just got shook up. Anytime you got a big boy rumbling down the field making a tackle, it's gonna hurt. I don't blame him. Stretch to the right side, met in the backfield. It was Raby with no space to go. Tackle made by Caleb Hampton Purfoy, just launching his way inside. Those plays are oh so big. Everybody wants to talk about the sexiness of a sack, but in reality, tackles per loss or tackles right at the line of scrimmage, they make big plays happen as well, and they matter almost just as much. Continuing to operate out of the pistol. Sending these motions across the formation. Dady's been getting a lot of extra running today. Some space along the right side this time around for Raby, as Raby is able to find his way out to the sideline. A gain of 5 or 6 on the play, making it 3rd down and manageable. 3rd down and 4, spotted down to the 35. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 officially as they mark the ball. It's the hard part. You can show up for the first quarter, but as the game progresses,
It is 3rd down from the 45-yard line.
But as the game progresses, it's wearing down defenses. That is what Butte likes to do. We're trailing 13-3 here at this point, with 35 seconds counting down in our opening quarter. Motions the receiver once more. It's a 3-step drop, stepping up in the pocket, plenty of room to run. Trying to jump over defender as the ball pops out. Amari Cooper fumbled the ball and Laney will take over. Fumble recovery at the 48-yard line. It was Michael Zapata able to hop on top of that ball after Amari Cooper tried to get a little too fancy.
Fumble by number 2, the quarterback, Amari Cooper.
Trying to get you who is the man to force the fumble in just a moment when the live stats update.
3rd down, Eagle ball
Taking
at the 49-yard line.
Taking the ball back right here. Ball spotted down to the 49-yard line. Time for one more play here for DJ Duran. Duran will hand the ball off. Nowhere to go this time around. Jeremiah Johnson, the sophomore out of Reno, Nevada, made sure there was nothing there. Clock counting down, and that'll likely be the end of our first quarter. Laney scoring on their opening drive, and then catching lightning in a bottle once more on a 99-yard McAdoo kickoff return. Butte College getting the field goal off of the turnover from Laney College, and that is our 13-3 score here going into the second quarter. First 15 minutes done here on Peralta TV. Back here on the field, switch the sides of the field. Well, you're at midfield, so it's not much of a motion, but it's going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Eagles offense. DJ Durant, a screen pass across the middle of the field, and it's caught, tackled down right where the catch was made. Tackle was made by Nikhil Lawrence, the nickel corner. And that looked to be Tony McAdoo as the receiver. Three receivers set the near hand side. As it's a 13-3 lead. Flag comes in right at the beginning of the play. Buying time, rolling right. Durant eyes downfield. Durant will just throw this ball away.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play. Let's see what this is on. It looks like it might be on Laney College as I'm hearing the sideline of Butte yell out punt return. So it's about 3rd and 7 before the call, depending on who this one goes off of. And it looks by the hands it's going to be declined.
Yeah, illegal formation.
Illegal formation called against Laney. That will definitely be declined.
Penalty, fine.
So it'll be 4th down and just about 7 from this situation. And the punt team with a lead of 10 points will be sent out. Unfortunately, I don't think I can find who forced the fumble right now. But the play where Amari Cooper fumbles the ball turns into a punt, and the punt returner with about a 10-yard return on the play brings the ball out to the 20-yard line. And one of the keys for the game for Laney College going into this one is, are you able to dominate the line of scrimmage? And up to this point, I think you can say Laney College has had the advantage. It doesn't matter if it's 22, if it's 13 personnel, or whatever it is. The big lineups are not making it happen up to this point for Butte.
Ball is placed at the 20-yard line.
Up to this point,
And it's 1st down, road runners.
you got to be feeling great if you're Laney. And you got to be feeling like you just missed on so many opportunities if you're Butte. Stretch to the left side, having space along that sideline. And the defense comes in late. A couple flags, likely going to be a holding call. Javans Dorner is the sophomore out of McClymonds. Was the guy to help make the play. But everybody's marching back already. That one's going to be a hold. Penalties up to this point. Before this penalty makes it 7 for 65 yards. This is just not where you want to be. On the other side, only 1 penalty on Laney College, and that's been a big piece of it. After the penalty, it will be 1st down and 20 from the 10-yard line. Amari Cooper has had some guys get open, but hasn't been able to connect, whether it's the placement on the ball or whether it's just a drop by his receivers, but obvious passing situations here. And instead, making me want to shut up after that play. A rush off the left side of the line, a gain of 7. I guess it is still 1st down. And with the home run abilities of some of your running backs, as that was Raby getting a 7-yard rush on the play. And that was actually number 3, Deion Coleman, getting the rush. Makes it 2nd down and 12. 2 tight ends check out, 2 more come in. Just a rotating cast of tight end. Ben Wheeler and Luke Alloway into the game for Butte. .13 counting down. 2nd down and 13. Stepping forward, looking for the deep ball, has a man in stride, and through his fingertips another drop ball. Marquay Kirkendall on the coverage. He was going against Najee Dade. And that is Man, the 6th drop ball from a Butte defender. You know what they say, if the ball hits your hands, you're supposed to catch it. But up to this point, the Roadrunners not making it happen through the air. It's gotta feel like a gut punch every single time it happens. And for Laney, at this point, you're starting to pray that this doesn't start to convert. 6 different times Butte potentially been able to take a home run ball, but drop passes just getting in the way. So an empty set here on 3rd down and 12. Cooper firing, has a man free out to the 45. And he's gonna take it all the way in for the touchdown. Mikkel Henderson. You can only take so many risks like that before it ends up paying off. And just like that, an explosive play turns into a 82-yard touchdown pass over to the sophomore from Surprise, Arizona. 13-9, awaiting the PAT. So, 7 times it takes before Laney has to pay for the blown coverage. But just like that, Butte back into this one. Snap is off, hold is down, the kick is up, through the uprights, and it's 13-10. Laney College still with the lead here with 12:46 remaining. Too many times we've seen the speed of this Butte offense continue to shine. But now, for the first time, able to convert. Up to that point, only 2 completed passes on the day for Amari Cooper for about 12 yards, but now a massive play. And you gotta feel like Butte finally getting a hold of it. Laney College sending out their 2 returners. It'll be Tony McAdoo and Jeremiah Ruffin. Last time McAdoo got his hands on that ball, he took it 99 yards for the kickoff return. An explosive athlete there at that KOR spot. And let's see what they've got in store if they decide to kick him, or, I mean, Ruffin is no slouch on his own either. This one will be kicked to Ruffin. Ruffin fields it down to the 4-yard line. Cutting it back upfield, avoids one defender out to the 15-yard line, out to the sideline, 20, 25, 30, trying to beat one more blocker, cut inside, and he's got plenty of space out to the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown! 2 kick returns in 1 game. Jeremiah Ruffin and Tony McAdoo putting Laney College up ahead. 19-10 the score here as this Laney special teams continues to shine. 95-yard kickoff. The blocking was perfect. The patience from Jeremiah Ruffin absolutely on display. First kickoff return for a touchdown in his Laney career. And now let's see if Laney is able to get the extra point back. They'll send out Esteban Gonzalez Cruz to attempt this one. So Esteban Gonzalez Cruz has been the one handling the extra points as he sets up and lines this one through the uprights. 20-10 the score. We'll take a quick timeout here on Peralta TV. back on the field here. Some explosive action from the special teams. But one thing you got to worry about is you've got some tired legs on defense. The defense has been out there quite a lot for Laney up to this point. Can they continue to answer the call? A short kick. This one will bounce down on the sideline, and it'll go out of bounds. Not a great situation. So, nice heads-up play there by the return man, Jaden Seller. The ball was going towards the out of bounds, but obviously it's a live ball in kickoff, so instead of letting the ball go out and a potential opportunity for one of those kickoff men to come and try to recover it, stepped out of bounds, made himself a declared out-of-bounds player, and then picked up the ball. One of those nice little folds, and you could tell the sophomore out of Portland, Oregon has a lot of kickoff experience under his belt. Man, what studs Laney College has over there. Jeremiah Ruffin and Tony McAdoo. Some explosive athletes. And so in this situation, I'm not exactly sure. They're going to kick it again. So instead of accepting the great field positioning, there must have been a flag that I didn't see. So a second kickoff now. The kickoffs have been short up to this point. Esteban Gonzalez Cruz cruising his way forward, puts his full foot into this one. Fielded down at the 6-yard line. Butte taking it down the near hash. Some space here, a jump cut inside. The ball's out once more. Out to the 36-yard line. It looks like Butte will retain possession.
Who's the returner?
The returner on the play was Najee Dade. And fumbling has been an issue on both sides today. Amari Cooper turning the ball over on a fumble. And then now in special teams able to recover it. We saw a few fumbles from Butte. They were able to hop on top of them last week.
Ball placed at the 37-yard line. It is first down, Roadrunner.
And so now the Roadrunners offense, Amari Cooper still in the driver's seat. Raby's right behind him. Fakes the handoff, and it's going to be a pass. A man leaking free once again. A second straight blown coverage. This one caught out to the 30, out to the sideline, 10-5, diving for the pylon, and he's in for the touchdown. Butte's offense finding that range. 2 straight deep balls for large completions and touchdowns. Akil Madison, the freshman wide receiver, takes it the distance as the Eagles defense pay. We're talking about tired legs, but it seems like something schematically is going on, miscommunication or something. Far too many blown coverages by this Eagles secondary up to this point. Lane Gardner, snap is off, the hold is down, the kick is up, splits the uprights. 17 points now for Butte College as it's 20-17. Something's got to change here. We saw about 7 drop passes before the last 2 completions have gone the distance for Amari Cooper. He was only 2 for 10, but now stacking up the stats, 4 for 12, 156 yards, 2 touchdowns. Honestly, we're in for a fun game if this is what we're going to see. Deep balls on one side, kickoff returns on the other. Absolute insanity here from Oakland, California. Lane Gardner, after getting that extra point, will kick it away. And the 2 most dangerous men on the field, Jeremiah Ruffin, the UC Davis bounce back, and Tony McAdoo, the Western Oregon bounce back. Garner jots forward, sends his right leg, and this one fielded down very well by, looks like number 45, Kevin Pettis. The linebacker playing special teams on that front line, sniffing out that surprise onside kick all the way. It looked like it might have touched a Butte player beforehand. Really good job there by Laney staying true. They've had so much explosion that you want to feel like you want to get back in your stance. But instead, fundamentals. That's one thing that this team is trying to build. With Coach Beam, you had such a set expectation for so long, but now as the guard changes, Coach Josh Ramos, part of this team for so long, but now getting his job as the head coach for the Eagles. But it still is a change-up between the two top guys in the spot, so you got to reestablish that foundation under you, build strong so you can build up and build those skyscrapers.
There are 2 fouls.
And let's check out these 2 fouls.
Offside.
Offsides on the kicking team,
That penalty is declined.
which is declined, so the second one is going to be against Butte.
Illegal touching.
An illegal touching
Kicking team.
on the
5-yard
kicking team.
penalty from the end of the run.
So that'll be a 5-yard penalty on top of the run. So the ball was initially fielded down at the 45-yard line. It'll be sent over to the 40 for the second time today. We're going to see a Laney College offense set up in the Butte side of the field. A penalty sent Laney College back last time around, forcing them to have to punt the ball away, but gifted terrific starting field positioning down to the 40. Laney College with an opportunity to try to get a counterpunch back on offense. The last 2 scores from the Eagles have came by the weight of KOR.
At the penalty, the ball is placed on the 40-yard line. It is first down. Eagles.
First down and 10 from the 40-yard line as we take a look at this Laney offense. Up to this point, 4 for 8, 57 yards. I believe those numbers are actually slightly off. 5 for 9 with 70 yards and a touchdown. Hand off to the left-hand side, some space along that sideline, and another big run. Marcus Jones has done a great job here as the main back for the Eagles. It's a first down, as it was about an 18-yard rush on the play. 2 backs this time around.
27, Marcus Jones.
Esteban Duarte lined up as the fullback here. They're going to run power to the right side. A cutback lane and drop into his rear end right about at the 20-yard line. They're going to spot him half a yard shy. Nope, they'll give it to him. 4-yard rush on the play. And a nice first down run. We expected to see physicality and running from this Butte team, but instead a flip of the script as Laney's offense putting the pressure on. Rolling out to the right side and a drop this time around. Number 23, Esteban Duarte, the fullback leaking out into the flat, but you got to catch that ball. Just like that, it's third down.
It's third down.
Third down from the 20-yard line. Brendan Niermeyer 0 for 2. This should be in his wheelhouse. If Laney College is having to kick a field goal in this situation, it should be about a 37-yard attempt. Heavy formation. Tad and an up back off the left side. A one-man route and a shoulder shove to the ground. A hard hit on the play laid out by Jonah Flowers. Flowers screaming off that edge, and DJ Durant on his blind side was blindsided. That is not the situation you want to be in here. Niermeyer will come out to kick the ball, and it'll be about a 42-yard field goal attempt. 43-yard attempt. Snap is off, the hold is down. It's a low line drive kick. This one wide left. No, it goes through. The shadows played me.
And a field
So after the surprise onside touched by Butte, set Laney College up at the 40, got a first down, got into the range and squeezes it in the left side upright, and it's 23-17.
Can you please reset the game clock?
23-17 for Laney College. And this has been a huge first half for both sides. About 1 hour and 6 minutes of real time being played up to this point. And we have seen fireworks on display. Shouts out to defensive coordinator and tech expert today, Robert Crowley, helping get everything set up. He's doing everything. So now we'll see another kickoff. We've got some decent returns today, about 20-yard average on the early evening for Butte. Laney College will be kicking it right to the left. Sprinting forward, and this is a low line drive kick that'll be fielded down at the 2-yard line. Space along the top of the numbers past the 25-yard line. It'll be a 25-yard return on the play by Jaden Sealer.
Return by number 15, Jaden
Seiler. So the ball spotted down just about at the 28-yard line. And let's see if that last play, or the last drive, I should say, from the Eagles on offense is able to give their big boys up front a little bit of a break. They've been on the field a lot. The last 2 snaps on defense for Laney have been huge passes of 80 yards plus. Amari Cooper will shift his tight end on the right side of that line. Sending the blitz, picked up well, stepping up, going for the home run ball once again, fighting for that ball, punched away at the last possible second. The safety over the top, or pardon me, it was actually the defensive back, Zion Johnson, was in a deep third, came across and just knocked that ball straight clean out of the hands of Alonzo Borkert. Borkert, a 2-sport athlete in his own regard. He runs track and field at Butte College. 10-9 300-meter dash. And this time around, it looks like the defense able to rotate well. You know, speed for speed, Laney's defense can match up. It's just if they can get that technique right. Now lining up in that single high, they'll bring the safety into the box. Turn around the handoff, a jump cut inside of the backfield. Has a man wrapped around his ankles as it's Raby carrying forward for a gain of 5. 8th run of the day for Raby. 29 total yards, averaging just a shade under 4 yards a rush, 3.4 to be exact. So it's 3rd down and 5 about. Laney, after finally getting a breather, let's see if they can force a 3 and out. Started the game with 2 straight 3 and outs. Cooper motions Dady across the formation. He sprints out to his left-hand side, has his tight end leaking out to the 25-yard line, turning the corner out to the 50. Lowering the shoulder past the 40. And another blown coverage there. It's Luke Olway getting his first catch of the year. That one coming up in a big moment, keeping the Butte College drive alive. So many talented tight ends across the roster, so much size. Just on that shallow drag, left all alone. A big pickup on the play. And off to the left side, they hand it off the jet sweep, finding some space there. And the handoff to Najee Dade. Able to go forward for a gain of 11 and a first down. Show that motion so many times. Finally able to hand it off there.
First and 10 from the 26-yard line.
First and 10 from the 26-yard line as Butte College marches down the field. We talked about this early on. You run the ball with such discipline, and it starts to break down defense as the game goes along. 8:25 counting down here. Don Turner over the right side, and it's a shovel pass over to Turner. Turner squeaking through. Turner breaks one tackle, falling down after a 15-yard catch. We call this one a catch because it's a shovel pass, but it's essentially a built-in run. There was a play last week, lined up in too tight in 22 personnel, shifted everybody out into a spread look, setting the running back back in orbit motion before sending that shovel pass up the middle. It was a beautiful play on display by Butte College, and they run a variant of it there. So it's first down and 10 as the ball is spotted down at the 11-yard line. And it's a play action fake. Cooper pump fakes. Cooper reading the field, and Cooper throws it short, and the ball's out once more. Just a bunch of car crashes on the play as that ball squeaked free. Laney's jumping around like they've got it. Let's see. So the pass was complete over to Adon Turner. He was absolutely decimated there at the 2, and then Laney's defense able to fall on top of it. This game has had everything on display. Kickoff returns, deep balls, big hits, and Laney College will take the ball back with 7:30 counting down here in the second quarter. Marlon Hampton Purfoy credited with the forced fumble. Those Purfoy brothers, man, balling out for the Eagles. So the ball will be placed at about the 3-yard line after the 71-yard 6-play drive comes to a conclusion for Butte. And it's going to be a pass from his own end zone, taking the deep shot down the sideline, just out the outstretched fingertips. JP Zamora running the go down the far sideline. And with some pressure coming, DJ Duran lays it just a yard too far. From the 3-yard line under center this time around. Traditional I. And not much space there for Marcus Jones. 3rd down and 11 after a tackle for loss of 1. Cade Castleson with Marlon Mercow. Those are the 2 players credited for the tackle for Butte. The 2.5-yard line up to this point. And it looks like Laney will line up under center once again. Powered I. Handoff. Nowhere to go. Loss about 2.5 yards on the play, and this is quite literally the shortest snap to punt situation you can be in. The ball placed at the half-yard line, and it's a 3-and-out. Joshua Lyston, the sophomore out of Dublin, California. Spent last year playing defensive end for the DVC Vikings, now in a different shade of green. 2 punts with the 41-yard average up to this point. Let's see if Lyston can make something happen. Obviously trying to send the block formation. Able to get the punt off in time. Lyston, high, end over end punt, forcing his man to retrieve it. A muff punt out to the 40-yard line. Able to pick it up and bring it forward for about a 7-yard gain on the play. Aiden Sealover muffed that ball out to the 40, but still is able to pick up 7 on the return. Lyston doing a good job just being able to get that punt off. And Butte in striking position right away. It'll be first down and 10 from the 31-yard line. So many muffs and fumbles up to this point. Amari Cooper behind center once again. Looking to get some payback. Hand off on the sweep to the right side. Trying to use his lateral speed at the last possible second. Having to hold on to the ball with all his might was Raby as he was able to cut his way upfield for a gain of 5. Neely got stripped at the end of the play. This Laney defense is attacking and scraping and clawing and punching at that ball. Sun's starting to come down here. Just about probably 40 minutes left of the sun glaring into our eyeballs from right here in the booth. An empty set at startup, and then Raby will come out for the pistol. Handoff right side. On the reverse handoff, Raby diving forward, getting a gain of 2 on the play. This one was spotted down at the 24-yard line.
It's third down.
Raby had 2 fumbles last week, none of them lost. I think Laney saw those fumble situations and they were going ahead and trying to force them. The score 23-17. And this exciting home opener for the Laney Eagles. 2 tight ends motion inside. And man, this is looking like a wing tee at this point. Hand off on the right side. Oh! Sharky to Male, lining up and laying lumber. Sharky lining up here. When Laney switches up to their 4-3 front, Sharky is that middle linebacker. And he, with a huge hit, showing what he can do. It'll be 4th down and 3 in this situation. And Butte College's going to go for it. 4-man front in that 4-3 stack. Gonna actually be a nickel now. Nickel defense out of the gun. Coleman in the backfield. And it's Cooper with the chest high snap. Cooper, pressure comes. Cooper has to sidearm it, and this ball off the hands of his intended receiver. Deion Coleman tried to sneak that one into his breadbasket, but you got to catch it with the hands. You can't use the body. A turnover on downs as Laney gets off the field.
There's a turnover on downs. The first down Eagles.
First down from the 24-yard line. He almost felt like his score was almost given to Butte after their great starting field position, but as they go for it on 4th down, unable to convert this Laney defense. They're getting it done, but also getting a little lucky with some of these drop balls. 0 for 1 last week was Butte on 4th down. 0 for 2 on the season now. DJ Durant, play action fake. Pressure comes into his face as he sets up a screen pass, bobbles the ball for a moment, and it was caught eventually at the end of the play. Almost tackled there at the 35, but somehow able to squeeze through to the 45. Zayden Crockett, the freshman out of De Anza, comes in, and on his first catch of the year, picking up a big first down, bringing the ball out to the 45-yard line. Spent last year at Division III Lewis and Clark. Played quarterback and outside linebacker in high school. Now coming in as a running back. Gets the handoff up the middle. Just running into the scrum. Kai Ball, the nose tackle, making the tackle. Into the backfield now, who just got the carry. That is 37, I believe, in Vashawn Johnson. He's gotten a few carries so far today. Second and 8 after the carry for 2. seemed like it was almost a snap infraction from the center. Everybody started to go, and then the offensive line stood still. Just threw a go ball down the sideline to J.P. Zamora. It'll be third down. We saw that happen a few times in week 1 versus Modesto. Gotta fix those snap issues. Aiden Van Hoos, the sophomore from Mount Diablo out in Concord, listed as a JC preseason All-American third-team member. That is a little rough. Snaps on both sides have been a point of emphasis up to this point, something that we're going to talk about at the halftime break for sure. DJ Durant now on third down. Belt high, snap pressure comes, sets up the screen pass, intercepted out to the 32-yard line, taking it out to, it's number 32 with the interception out to the 10 line. This way a pick 6. Javen Hudson read that screen pass perfectly, intercepted it at the 46-yard line. And number 32 taking it 46 yards for the TD. Tied up at 23 here, as we'll have a 2-minute timeout after the PAT, but that is just the worst possible situation. Set up a few different screens on the drive so far, and you go to the well too many times. This time get some poison on the other end of that bucket. Opportunity to take their first lead of the game here at the 154 mark if they can convert the PAT. Lane Gardner. Snap is off, the hold is down. Gardner's kick is up and it's through. 24-23. Butte College comes all the way back to take the lead by 1 point. And the defense leaving their mark on this one. A pick 6 from Javen Hudson. Two-minute timeout, and we'll take the timeout as well here as the Laney special teams needing to come out and, hey, we've already seen 2 kickoff returns. Why not a third? After the 2-minute timeout, the teams come out to the field. I don't know how many times we've seen a kickoff here in the first half. Five kickoffs for Butte, 2 kickoffs for Laney.
Break down, let's go.
A surprise onside last time around. Bit Butte College in the rear end, turning into a field goal and a long one at that for Laney. Now do they decide to kick it deep once again? This one an end-over-end kick that'll be fielded short. This one bounces down on the skip. It's Jeremy Ruffin. Pardon me, it's Jeremiah Ruffin. Tackled down right at the spot, and I think that is the idea for Butte College up to this point. High kicks giving your coverage team plenty of time to get down that field and trying to force Laney to play it off the skip. So with 1:49 counting down, the clock will stop with out of bounds up to this point. Incompletions out of bounds, or when the clock will stop inside of 2 minutes to play. After the pick 6, can DJ Durant come back out and shake this one off? Short memory is one of the top things you want out of your quarterback. 2 receivers to each side, and that's a handoff over to the wide receiver. Spun down into the backfield. Joe Sanders fumbled on his last time getting that jet sweep, and now he's tackled for a loss of 3. Clock continues to run down here. I don't believe any team has used a timeout up to this point. 2nd and 13 from inside of their own 20-yard line. Out of the gun. It's DJ Durant, time to throw, throws it short into the outstretched arms of Ruffin. And it looked like Ruffin was able to corral it before going out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down and 7. They'll bring that ball out to the 20-yard line. So they're going to take away a few different yards on the play there. Hard to see looking the sun up to this point. So it's Laney, 3rd down and 10. They'll line up out of the gun with Duran. Duran, time to throw, stepping up, fires over the middle, coming back, strong hands to make the grab. It's Ruffin again. On the post, Jeremiah Ruffin bobbled it at first and then put those vice clamps on it. A 25-yard pass on the play, hurrying up to the ball with 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining. In the hurry up now is Duran. Duran throws it and it hits the dome piece of Ruffin. It looks like Ruffin might have lost that ball into the sunlight. At the half, the sun should go down, but up to this point, when you're looking back to try to make a play, it might affect it.
It's 2nd down.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down here. Duran has definitely shaken off that last pick 6. The incomplete pass stops the clock at 59 seconds. 1 sack on the play for Butte College. And pressure comes, rolling out to his right, throws it as he falls to the ground, getting out of bounds right at the 50-yard line. Was the receiver in Marcus Jones. Right at midfield, it'll be 3rd down and 5. Clock stops at the 53-second mark.
It's 3rd down.
Butte has gotten some okay pressure. The 1 sack that they've gotten, it was off the blind side, off a blitz. 3rd and 5. 2 receivers on each side from this near hash mark. Duran over the middle, finds a crosser, and it's Ruffin. Ruffin, a stutter step. Ruffin gets the 1st down, and Ruffin makes his way to the 40-yard line. We said his name a lot on that kickoff return, but now the receiver, Jeremiah Ruffin, comes up with a huge 3rd down conversion from the 40-yard line. Clock counting down, 38 seconds remaining, out of the pistol. Play action fake, no, they will hand it off, bounces off 1 tackle, out to the 35, and another 1st down. Ooh, is it there? I think it might be stopped half a yard shy. Marcus Jones with a 10-yard rush on the play, and it looks like Laney will take the timeout.
Timeout. Laney.
It was a 1st down, but Laney with timeouts in their pocket will use their 1st. What a fun game up to this point. We've seen a pick 6. We've seen 2 deep balls go yard. We've seen kickoff returns of 99 and 95 yards, a surprise onside kick. Man, these 2 teams are not holding back in week 2. Up to this point, DJ Durant, 10 passes on 19 attempts, 137 yards, a touchdown in that pick 6. 28 seconds will be the official marker here. Jeremiah Ruffin is the leading rusher on the team as well, with 2 rushes for 15 yards and that 17-yard long. Vashawn Johnson, the leading receiver up to this point for the Eagles, 3 catches for 64 yards, had the 43-yard one. And it's been the Jeremiah Ruffin show on this drive. 3 catches, 39 yards. Had that 26-yard catch to help set us up in that situation. Ruffin motioning across the formation. Out of the gun, it's Durant sprinting to his right-hand side. And Durant kicks the ball up in the air as he fumbles it, but it looks like he might be down beforehand. Laney's going to take their 2nd timeout quickly here as the ball at the 22. Javid Sexton able to put the pressure on the play. Javin Hudson, pardon me, the linebacker. The official spot of the ball will be placed down at the 46, and just as I was talking about that Butte pressure, they find their way home for the second time. So it depends on the situation here because the ball popped out of the hands of DJ Durant after the play. So it depends on the situation here.
Can you please reset the game clock to 15 seconds?
So 15 seconds will be officially marked on the clock, and I don't think they're going to call it intentional grounding. Because the ball came out at the end of the play and it was kicked up into the air, the potential situation for a 10-second runoff may have had an impact into this one, but instead they'll say it is a sack, so it's second down and quite a long ways to go. $16-yard sack in the play makes it second down and 26 out of field goal range now. Laney uses their second charge timeout, so one more left. So possibly a quick play and setting something up. You definitely want to try to get back into field goal range. Pressure comes, and it's a draw play up the middle. Jumps right into his own offensive lineman was Marcus Jones, and Laney probably going to be forced to burn their last timeout here. Final timeout taken. The clock shows 0, but it should show about 2 seconds remaining.
Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 2 seconds.
So 2 seconds remaining on third down. Laney takes their final timeout. And so the wind is blowing in the direction that Laney is going to be kicking, so that will be a factor. Brendan Niermeyer had that 43-yarder on the last attempt. This will be a little too much of an ask for in this situation. With the ball spotted down at the 39, this would be a 56-yard field goal attempt, so I think we might see one more shot into the end zone. In this situation, I think a Hail Mary beats a kick. DJ Durant with Marcus Jones. And Butte taking a timeout after checking the formation.
First charge timeout.
So instead of going spread, Elijah Alexander was the tight end in that formation. The 6'5", 235 freshman was off that right side. Quite the athlete. Basketball, baseball, and football in high school. Spent 1 year at Montana Northern, where he played quarterback. I think they just want to utilize his size for a potential jump ball in the situation. Give you some team stats up to this point. Laney College with 10 first downs to the 7 of Butte. 2 for 9 on third down, 3 for 9 is Butte College. On fourth down, Laney able to convert their lone 1 for 1. Laney College has run 37 plays to 34 of Butte. And in terms of total yardage, nearly even. 201 yards for Butte, 202 for Laney. But their explosive plays have come by the way of kickoff return. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns of 99 and 95 yards. And with 2 seconds left on the clock, Durant out of the shotgun, trying to send one more deep. Steps up, flag comes down as this ball goes towards the end zone, batted away into the dirt. Likely going to be a hold called against Laney, but if it is, it'll be declined and it'll send us to the half. hold on. Laney College declined. And with 24-23 as our score, we reach our halftime break. 24 Butte, 23 Laney College. The missed extra point, the reason we're not tied up here. In the first half of play, in the first quarter, it was 13-3 Laney College coming out. Had that 16-yard Cho Sanders touchdown, followed up by the 44-yard field goal from Butte. And then it was Tony McAdoo on the 99-yard kickoff return, making it 13-3. The missed extra point there. And then Butte College started to come back with a vengeance. An 82-yard pass from Amari Cooper to Mikkel Henderson made it 13-10. And then another kickoff return, officially a 96-yard kickoff return by Jeremiah Ruffin. Made it 20-10. Akil Madison had a 63-yard pass on the very next play. And then Esteban Gonzalez, I believe it was actually Brandon Niermeyer who got that 43-yard field goal attempt after a 4-yard drive on a surprise onside kick, made it 23-17. And then it was a 52-yard interception by Javen Hudson that brings us to our score of 24-23 here at the half. We'll take our halftime break here and be back on the other side here on Peralta TV. Back here on the field, 1 minute remaining here at the halftime break. 24 Butte College, 23 Laney College. Some corrections over here. So Brandon Niermeyer has been out. All the kicks for Laney College have been taken by Esteban Gonzalez Cruz. John Beam, 2 claps, ready. Coach is in the house, and he's ready to bring the juice to this Laney Eagles team. Let's give you some stats across the board. DJ Durant, 10 for 20, 137 yards. Touchdown, interception on the other side. Amari Cooper, 7 for 17, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns. So many drop balls up to this point for this Butte College team. That's been an issue that has plagued them year after year, and it's been on display today. They have been able to connect on their last. Give you a setup of the action that's been going on. Joe Sanders got that 16-yard pass from DJ Durant to cap off a 4-play, 75-yard drive with the first touchdown, making it 7-0 after a Butte 3 and out. After that, it was a 6-play, 14-yard drive after a fumble from Laney College that resulted in the 44-yard Lane Gardner field goal. On the next kickoff, it was Tony McAdoo with a 99-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, but it was a missed extra point by Esteban Gonzalez. And the very next play, Henderson took it 82 yards from a pass off Amari Cooper to make it 13-10. Jeremiah Ruffin on the very next play had a touchdown of 96 yards on a kickoff return. And then Akil Madison, 1 play later, 63 yards on a deep ball from Cooper, made it 20-17. Gonzalez off of a surprise onside kick had a 43-yard field goal to make it 23-17, and then Javen Hudson with about 2 minutes remaining took a pick six, 52 yards for the touchdown as Laney College comes out only getting a couple yards on their return, and the offense will be sent out to the 22-yard line as we start this second half of action. Sun finally setting. You can't use that as an excuse to drop any balls anymore as the player is down. And it looks like the nickel, Nikhil Lawrence, sitting. Maybe some early season cramps. First and 10 for Laney College from the 22-yard line. And the quarterback will be DJ Durant. Durant's had an up and down game up to this point. Looking for a little consistency for the sophomore quarterback out of Pasco, Washington. Let's see if John Beam's energy continues down to the field side. Joe Sanders on the play action fake. Finds a man on a post out to the 40-yard line between 2 defenders. Brought down at the 49. Joe went in that motion, squeaked free before being tackled down by Graham Dunkel. And just like that, an explosive start, trying to get high flying for the Laney Eagles to start the second half. First and 10 from the 48-yard line. This formation has been working tonight for Laney's offense, this 2-back pistol. Reminiscent of the days with Kaepernick back at Nevada. This time around, Butte's defense able to come up and make the stop. In that pile was Jeremiah Johnson, the defensive end, outside linebacker, edge, whatever you want to call it. Second down and 10 for Laney. Sanders, a lone receiver on the near-hand side. It'll be a 2 tight end look now with the fullback on that right wing. Esteban Duarte has played that bigger running back role today. Facing a 2 high set, the motion show, and it's a snap infraction. Second snap infraction we've seen today. I believe that's the 3rd on the year. I think they might call this one a false start, but these are some of the early season mistakes that have kicked Laney in the rear end early on. Penalties, however, have definitely favored Laney in this situation. 8 for 70 is how many penalties and how many yards Butte College has. But after the penalty, it's 3 for 24 now, and it's 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15, they'll continue with this jet motion as Sanders moves across the formation. The ball is dropped on the floor. Let's see. Diving down was Marcus Jones trying to get on top of it, and it looks like Laney, by the skin of their teeth, might have scraped that ball away at the bottom of the pile. They're still fighting for it. And Laney College will end up getting the ball back. Some trash talk inside of the pile by Jeremiah Johnson as a late flag comes in. It might be an unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 37.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on number 37. That's Vashawn Johnson, not 27, 37 within the backfield. A little difficult to see these jerseys as they're rolled up. So the ball will be moved all the way back. This will be a 15-yard penalty. All the good yardage that Joe Sanders picked up on the last pass has been reverted. After the penalty, it'll be 3rd and 33 from the 25. Third and 33. And that's just going to be a handoff. Tackle made by number 50. That is Hadamu Latisi, the sophomore defensive lineman. 4th down. And essentially no more yards. No yards gained on that drive after all the penalties and such. Joshua Lyson out there to boot this one away. This one shanked off the foot. Ugh. Taking a Butte bounce at the end of the play as well. The ball will officially be marked down at the 43-yard line. Only a 23-yard net punt at the end. Not where you want to be for Laney to start. Not where you want to be at all. Had the explosive play taken all away and then just a duck. Scoring off that pick 6. Let's see what the offense has in store. A little bit of a different look here. Motion Raby as the up back on the right side as Cooper steps forward. Play action fake. Cooper eyes downfield. Cooper has him in! Out to the 9-yard line, the 6-yard line. Najee Dade able to get the big play. Ball officially spotted at the 5-yard line as it's a 39 pitch and catch over to the speedy slot receiver from Riverview, Florida. Spent his freshman year playing over at Wilmington College. That's a Division III. And now this is where Butte wants to live, in the red zone, heavy personnel. 31 personnel. And just to make it even better, the last wide receiver is a tight end. Rolls out left, throws off the chest plate. Adon Turnu, who led the 3C2A in touchdowns from the tight end position, drops his first opportunity of the day. 2nd and goal from the Laney 5. Can the Eagles bend but not break? Big explosive plays have been the name of the game. Lining up in that large personnel as well. I think you can call that 15 personnel as it's a stretch to the right and a sliver of space 8 up right away. Raby in for the 5-yard touchdown. Off the shank putt. Laney giving up the big play. And now Butte capitalizing, making it 30-23. Niall Raby, the sophomore out of Cottonwood, California. 4-team preseason All-American. Able to get into the end zone. And the kick, up and good. It's an 8-point game as Butte College takes the advantage. Last two scores by the Roadrunners. 31-23, 11-33 remaining here in the third. It was a hot start for Laney, but now all the problems that Butte was not able to capitalize on turning into fruition. Up to this point, 8 for 19, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns for Cooper. Raby, 12 rushes for 39 yards and has that touchdown now under his belt. And that was 14 personnel. I misspoke earlier. Lining up with 4 tight ends, 1 running back, and all that space for the touchdown. Let's see if they'll decide to kick this one back. Butte gonna kick it back. This one a playable ball over to Ruffin. Ruffin between the hash marks to the 25, runs in the back of his own blocker. And Butte has definitely tightened up their woes on special teams from the first half. 2 kickoffs and only a couple of yards on the return for the explosive kickoff returners for the Eagles. DJ Durant continuing in this one for Laney College. We saw a few different quarterbacks play. Joey Cook got 3 pass attempts in the first game. Trey Dimes came in late, went 5 for 6 for 89 yards and 2 touchdowns. But it's the sophomore continually getting an opportunity here. Sticking to your guns are the Eagles. Empty set, stepping up, firing off his back foot, off balance, drops into the bucket out to the 35, the 20, 10-5, touchdown! Jonah Dixon! 78 yards for the score, and it's a home run derby here in Oakland. The sophomore out of Dublin takes it yard. And Laney College deciding to kick the PAT here instead of chasing the points to tie things up. The kick is up. It splits the uprights. No sun in her eyes this time around. And Esteban Gonzalez Cruz, the kicker who's been taking all the action today, makes it a 1-point game. 78-yard touchdown thrown to Jonah Dixon, and that shows the arm strength of DJ Duran. He wasn't even set on his feet, just fired that one away. Oh my goodness. What a game it has been up to this point. The shortest touchdown plays have been 16 yards in that last 5-yard rush. Everything else before that, 40 and up, whether it's a kickoff return, whether it's a big ball. And this ball will go out of bounds for the second time today. Wind gusting behind the freshman kicker out of Santa Cruz. That's some great starting field position for Butte College after the out-of-bounds kick. And they're just going to choose to re-kick it. I'm a little confused as to why you wouldn't accept that ball in great starting field position. Instead, for the second time, we're seeing them send the ball back 5 yards and kick it again.
Did they change the rules or something? Why are they not taking it from...
Just got confirmation there is no rule change. They could take the ball at the 40, but instead they're allowing a 5-yard penalty and kicking off again. So, do it all again. This one a line end over end kick. Fielded down at the 12-yard line. Some space along the near sideline. Out to the sideline. Past the 40. And it was one of the upbacks taking that return. Kel Henderson taking the ball to the 38. Tackle is made by Sharky Tamale. Laid that big hit in the first half. And I guess instead of taking it from the 40, you get it from the 38 after the good return, but still a little bit of a head scratcher.
There is a flag on the play.
And there might be a flag on the play on top of everything. Thought I heard. And it's offsides. So a 5-yard penalty assist to the end of the play from the 38 to the 43. So hey, all that trash I was talking and misunderstanding turns out to be positive. It's plus 3 yards essentially. Instead of taking it from the 40, all the procedural issues in the return brings the ball out to the 43. The motion DJ Horton tight off that left side, and they'll toss it over to the running back in Raby. Raby, ooh, smacked on that sideline. You could hear the crack from up here in the booth. Sharky Tamale, man, is he a heat-seeking missile. It'll be 2nd down and 6 after the rush.
It's 2nd down.
10:38 counting down, and Butte now showing their true colors, just living in those big personnel sets. Pass out to the far hand side, and it's another drop ball. Najee Dade drops the ball as Caden Bridgewater was trying to decapitate a man. Switching up those 5 tight ends. Adon Turner, Elias Cunahan, Luke Alloway, Isaiah Travis, and Ben Wheeler. The 5 rotational tight ends for Butte College. It's another 12 personnel look. One tight end up back off the right side. Another off the left. Screen pass up the middle. Spins out of the first tackle. And it's a Don Turner this time off the sidearm delivery from Amari Cooper. Good sportsmanship displayed at the end of the play as Braden Harvey, the defensive lineman, picked up the quarterback. And that was a really good job by Laney's defense, being able to sniff past all of the window dressing. They sent the wide receiver in orbit motion. They showed a flash on another side, and they tried to set up a middle screen from the tight end, but Laney's defense held their water, and they'll force the punt from Ashton Carr. The return man is Joe Sanders. Heels are on the 15-yard line. Long ball, fielded down, and another fair catch made to the 19-yard line.
Number 13, Davion Sender.
36-yard punt at the end of the play sets Laney College up at the 19.
Ball is placed on the 19-yard line.
They had a big play to start the half. It was that pass over to Cho Sanders, but since then, a lot of penalties sending them back. Sprint out right, pass goes over to Cho once more on the quick speed out, and he'll get a gain of 6 on the play, bringing the ball out to the 26.
Ball is number 13, Davion Sender.
Pardon me, I completely forgot about that 78-yard touchdown to Jonah Dixon. There's been touchdowns galore. Clock running here. Pump fake over the top. Another man free down to the 44. Coming back and making the grab was Tony McAdoo. If that ball was just delivered a little more in front, McAdoo would have had clear space in front of him. But instead, just a really good job tracking that ball down, able to slow down and still make the grab. Hurrying up to the line, working with some tempo now from the 44. Handoff, oh, and a big blast in the backfield. Javen Hudson. A brutal tackle. Deshaun Johnson getting a breather after that big hit. Now on 2nd down and 12. 8:25 counting down. 2 receivers on each side. Pressure comes into his face, rolls out to his left, avoiding the pressure off the deflection. Big paws got in the way for Courage Osawe Jr. The sophomore from Sparks, Nevada, swatting that ball down. And it's 3rd and long. 3rd and 12 from the Butte 46-yard line. You can maybe get half the distance here. You can try to go for on 4th down. Screenplays have been what Laney has been going to here in these situations, but last time they tried it, it turned out into a pick 6. This one triggered well once again. Absolute brutal blow to the lower back of the receiver there on the play. Marcus Jones took a big hit and a loss for 1. Punt unit coming out for Laney College now. Last punt we saw from Lyston was a shank off the foot. So from the Butte side of the field, Laney punting this ball away. 38th, the returner is Aiden Sealover. The pressure comes and a way better punt this time around. A high, winding punt as he runs into his own defender. This ball is live. Laney picks it up. Was it touched off a Butte player first? And I think we're going to get a running into the returner on Laney. I thought maybe one of the return men ran into his own punt returner first, one of the guys on special teams for Butte. But it might seem like Laney has gotten there a little first. Fair catch interference will likely be the call. Let's see. Laney was the one that spotted the ball at the end of the play. If it did go off a Butte player and a Butte player ran into their returner first, it will be Laney's ball down to the 17. Holding on the return team. And kick catch interference on the kicking team. Both penalties will offset. And we'll see Lyston once again So a Laney player did get there early. So, take away everything. That never happened. It's 4th down and 13 from the 46 once more. They sent pressure last time. Leiston able to get it off in time. It looks like they're going to send pressure once again. Pressure coming up the middle. A nice high swirling punt towards the sideline, and that one squeaks inside of the 10. Spotted down at the 7-yard line. What a great delivery from the sophomore. Officially a 40-yard punt after everything is said and done, but more importantly, the positioning, placing Butte down inside of their own 10. Butte with the 1-point advantage. A missed extra point, the reason why Butte is up 31-30. Laney has answered the initial score of Butte College here in the 3rd. 7:38 counting down. The 4-3 front shown for Laney. And a jump cut, has to break past his own blocker, hitting his back. And a very nice looking play there by Deion Coleman, picking up the 1st down on an 11-yard rush. Elias Kunaha was trying to block for his man and ended up having to dive and try to do a front flip over his own player to avoid running into him. So now opening things up ever so slightly. It looked like they were lined up at 11 personnel, but instead motions a tight end back into the formation, and the schoolhouse left read perfectly. Deion Coleman tackled after only a gain of, I'll actually say that was a loss of half a yard. Sharky Tamale, we've been calling this name quite a lot since his insertion. So Laney College started out in that 3-4 front, and just like they did against Modesto, switching it up, going back to a 4-3, inserting Sharky Tamale as that middle linebacker. And he has been playing some phenomenal physical, violent football. Tight bunch to the left-hand side. Amari Cooper takes the head-eye snap. The screen pass off the shoulder blades. Incomplete pass on another drop. It was Odin Moody, the freshman out of Live Oaks, California, who dropped it. That has been a thorn in the heel of Butte College all day long. So many drops. Amari Cooper 9 for 22, 249 yards and 2 touchdowns. All his passing yards have essentially come off of 3 passes. 3rd and 8 from the 21-yard line, 5:40 counting down in this 3rd. Laney trying to force, or I guess they picked up a 1st down, but trying to get off the field here. Quick pass, sidearm delivery. This one corralled in by DJ Horton. Horton falling down right past the sticks ball out to the 30-yard line, and a 1st down for the Roadrunners. Speed outs, so difficult to stop. 1st and 10 for the 30 now for the Roadrunners. Aside from the first 2 deep balls that went a little long, Cooper has been putting the ball on the money, and the stats are not necessarily showing up what he's been able to do. Prescribing the pill over to the back, breaking a tackle out to the 45, turns the defender around, eventually lassoed down to the 47. For the first time today, we're seeing Caprice Calhoun, and he rips off a big run of 23 yards. Caden Bridgewater, the safety, holding up the running back at the end of the play. Now Raby will come back in. This is the hard part in this situation. They've been running the ball and getting stopped, but Now at this point, will the physical running game of Butte start to find their groove? Sweep to the right. Great trigger on the play by Caden Bridgewater. Raby is the lead back, but it's been the other guys getting the explosive plays up to this point. Raby did have the 5-yard touchdown, however. From the Laney 46-yard line, only a gain of 1 on the sweep. In my interview with defensive coordinator Robert Crowley earlier this week, he talked about there's a lot of window dressing on the plays for Butte, but at the end of the day, there's standard concepts: stretch, power, sweep. And that's what you're seeing. Defensive line games doing a good job in the situation. Pressure coming off the edge, avoids the defender, rolls out to his right-hand side. Cooper gonna take it to the sideline. The first time we're seeing his legs on display, or pardon me, the second time. And Cooper scrambles forward out to the 31-yard line. The first time we saw Cooper run it like that, he tried to hurdle a guy and fumbled the ball. This time around, screaming off the edge was a defensive end for Laney College and just missed his man. It was the outside linebacker lined up on that edge, and Tomu Satini unable to make the play. Off the QB run, driving all the way down the field. This drive started inside of the 10-yard line for Butte. Hand off on the reverse. Outside contain was there, but the block even better and upended at the end of the play. Tackle made by number 24, Jaden Bridgewater. That makes it 2nd down and just about 5. Ball spotted down at the 26. Those are some of the flashes we see with some of the reverses. You don't necessarily see those on a regular basis. And now in 2nd and 5. Splitting the tight end over on the right guard. And they'll give it off once again. The fumble again. The ball's loose and Laney's on top of it. Laney College forces another fumble. And that is a huge stop, methodically driving down the field where the Roadrunners and the Eagles snap and take that ball back. Sharky Tamale credited with the fumble recovery. And a quick change here. Sharky has been all over the spot. I can see why all the praise in the world came his way earlier this week. Under center, it's 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. DJ Duran, play action fake, scoots back, lifts over the top, and this is intercepted down to the 38. Underthrown ball taken away by Nikhil Lawrence. A turnover on one side, a flip of a coin, and a turnover on the other. Thrown in a double coverage, and an underthrown ball for the sophomore. 2nd interception of the day. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions for DJ Durant. And Laney still trailing by 1 here, 31-30, with 1:22 remaining. And it's just like it never happened, just moving the ball back about 20 yards. Butte from the 37-yard line, back on offense once again. Handoff on the reverse, or pardon me, it was actually a sweep to the left just with some fancy footwork, and another fumble, and Laney with back-to-back fumbles. Jaden Bridgewater fighting, punching, and taking that ball away. fifth fumble of the day for the Roadrunners, and they've lost 4 of them. Now let's see if Laney can keep the possession. Back-to-back-to-back turnovers. DJ Duran working out of the pistol. Play action fake, rolling out to his right, looking for his big tight end. Juggled and caught at the 41. Elijah Alexander making the catch for the first down, and he breaks the turnover streak. Alexander with his first catch of the evening. To the 39-yard line of Butte, and a conversation between the line and the field judge as they'll wave it off. The field judge came back and said no, he did not hold on to the ball before he went out of bounds, so no catch there for Alexander. It'll be 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion.
Pass is called incomplete. Ball is placed back at the 40.
Spotted back in the Laney side of the field, 49. These play action boots have done well for DJ Duran tonight. 27, the tailback here. That's Marcus Jones. Play action fake, looking for the screen pass. And that ball thrown too far in front of JP Zamora. Zamora had a little bit of wiggle room if he could have caught it, but off with the delivery was Duran. So you break this streak of back-to-back-to-back turnovers, but 2 incomplete passes makes it 3rd down and 10 just like that. Estevan Duarte lining up as the fullback. He is lined up on the right side. Back is still Marcus Jones. Too high safety look. Faking the draw, looking for a screen pass. And that time around, it's a better job by DJ Duran. He saw the screen was blown up right away, threw it into the dirt. Marcus Johnson unfortunately had to take the brunt of some punishment laid by Javen Hudson, and Hudson has been so physical tonight. The 2 players that have stood out the most to me on the defensive sides, linebackers Javen Hudson and linebacker Sharky Tamale for Laney College. They have been, it's like a heavyweight boxing match, just laying body blows. A punt now from Lyston. Nearly bobbled the snap, instead sends this one away high, winding punt. And this one takes a Butte bounce. It'll be spotted down at the 20-yard line after the touchback. 30 seconds remaining here. Both teams have scored in the 3rd quarter. But possession-wise, it has been Butte's quarter. Time of possession up to this point, 25 minutes and 43 seconds for the Roadrunners to the 18 minutes and 47 seconds of the Laney Eagles. Laney trailing by 1. Under center with the offset eye alignment, tied it off the near side. Amari Cooper giving the ball up the middle. Handoff over to Coleman as Jaden Bridgewater makes the solo tackle after a gain of 6. Second down in about 4 now.
It's 2nd down.
This will bring us down to the end of the 3rd. Throw your 4s up. Laney and Butte in a fist fight. 31 Roadrunners, 30 Laney. Going to the final 15 here in the opening home game for Laney College. Flipping the sides of the field for the final time here. Final 15, a jet motion, faking the pitch, and it's a handoff over the left side. Some space this time around for Coleman. Coleman out to the 45, fumbles the ball, picks it back up out to the 49. Sixth fumble of the evening. Tackle was eventually made by Sharky Tamale as the ball spotted down at the 49 of Butte. Sixth fumble. 4 of them given up and lost. And Laney, man, they are hitting that ball. They are punching, they are ripping, they are going for it. First and 10. Same motion here. We'll send Henderson across the formation. Time to throw over the top. A diving attempt, but no dice. Akil Madison. Slow to get up at the end of the play. Injury timeout here on the near sideline. Madison just falling out on those outstretched arms, man. It's such a dangerous situation. Able to get up. It's good to see. So, trailing by 1 here. Laney's defense needing a stop. Butte starting to kick things into gear late. And turnovers have been the issue. Second down and 10. Laney in their nickel. Handoff, the cut back, space in between, and only a gain of 2 on the play. A lot of ladder drills on display there by Dion Coleman. It'll be a gain of 3, making it 3rd down and 7.
Who's the tackler?
Sharky Tamale and Roman Gates coming together at the spot to make the play. From the 49-yard line of Laney, I think this is still punting situation. If you're a Butte and you don't get any yardage. An empty set now for Amari Cooper. Obvious passing down. Or maybe a quarterback run. Motion Coleman, play action fake, has a man running free, and it's thrown too far ahead. Hit off the big mitt of Mikel Henderson. 4th and 8, the punt team will come out. Another drop ball for the Butte Roadrunners. We don't have a stat on drops, but off the mental count, that's got to be at least the 11th. Sending the punter out in Ashton Carr. Carr so far today, 3 punts, averaging just a touch under 40, one of them landing inside of the 20. Joe Sanders has been fair catching it all night long, and he won't get an opportunity at this one. Taking a Butte bounce as it goes out of bounds to the 13. 36-yard punt on the play for the freshman punter out of Chico, California, one of those local products for Butte. Butte's network of recruiting goes all the way back to their alumni, and that's why they're able to get so many different players from all across the country. But you still get some of that homegrown talent. A lot of that tight end room composed of the homegrown talent, and the punter as well. Laney recruiting a lot out of the Bay Area, of course. Oakland, a hotbed for talent here in the East Bay. But the quarterback that they got from Washington taking a 3-step drop. Off his back foot, finds a man, and it's too high. Vashawn Johnson wide open with plenty of real estate, but that ball a touch over the top. Johnson, the 5'7" running back out of Skyline. If he was just 5'9", he might have had a chance on it. got to be kicking yourself in the rear end is Duran right now. Hand off left side. Sprint towards that sideline and thrown down hard. Do we see a flag? No. Jonah Flowers finishing the tackle along the sideline. As that was Vashawn Johnson. A lot of running for only half a yard.
His third down from the 13-yard line.
31-30, Steelers score here. Laney, after an explosive start in the third, has not found their groove on offense. Tied it off the right-hand side. Out of the gun once again is Duran. Duran steps back. Duran had his arm nearly hit as he throws the ball to the sideline, fighting for it. The 50-50 ball broken up. Ruffin had it in his stomach. And Ty Williams continued to fight through the finish of the play. Punt unit coming out for Laney. That is why you never give up on a play. Ruffin had great inside positioning, got his hands on that ball. And then just a better job from the defensive back. Lyston averaging 51 yards a punt up to this point. Lower punt. And this one fair caught at the 46.
Fair catch, number 15,
33-yard punt as the pressure came very close to that one. Defense is going to need to bite down on that mouthpiece once more. Fair catch on the play made by Jaden Siller.
spotted at the 46-yard line.
Since switching to this 4-3, or rather a nickel front, Laney has been doing a really good job stopping the run. Offset eye under center, Cooper. He's gonna pass it, stepping up, Cooper, plenty of space, and Cooper running it out to the 40, off to the sideline 35, the pickup at 11. And the legs of Amari Cooper showing themselves here in the second half.
It is first down, Red
Cooper now 4 rushes.
Tackled by number 8, Happy Purefoy.
About 41 yards, if I'm not mistaken. 31 yards? Hard to do some quick math in this situation.
Ball is spotted at the 35.
But regardless, ball spotted down to the 35. 3 receivers to the far hand side, 1 tight end split right. The motion, the inside receiver who's actually a tight end there. Rush up the middle, Raby head down, churning forward, and a gain of 7 down to the 28. This is where Butte wants to live. 2 tight ends. Just continue and put your head down and power your way forward. Just keep that train chugging. 2 tight end set once more. Continuing to show off that jet motion, that orbit motion now. And it's a sweep to the left side. Enough yardage for the first down is Raby. Raby fumbled on 2 straight carries earlier in the half. But since then, getting those 3 points of contact for the 14 preseason All-American. Getting a breather on the sideline now. Just outside of the red zone for the Eagles to the 23-yard line. The running back is Deion Coleman in the backfield. Hometown player out of Chico High. The D2, or the player with the D2 offer, was selected as the North Coast Section Offensive Player of the Year. And what a terrific high school career that guy had. 191 rushes his senior year for 2,188 yards and 28 touchdowns. That is why you bring a guy like that out there. Butte takes the timeout here, and we'll take a quick timeout alongside with them here on Peralta TV. Rick Becker, legendary trainer here at Laney College, one of my favorite people on this planet, coming out and giving some water over to the officials at the half. A bounce out to left side, and it's Deion Coleman with space to run. Late flag comes in at the end of the play in the backfield. If it stands, it'll be a 15-yard rush for Deion Coleman. And the holding will bring it back.
10-yard penalty from the previous shot. Remains third down.
Ralph St. Fleur, the sophomore out of West Oaks, Orlando, Florida, called for the hold. Change of the guard. The tight ends in, the two more athletic tight ends in my opinion, Adon Turner and Luke Alloway, on the field now for the Roadrunners. Cooper getting the call from his sideline from his head coach, Robbie Snelling. And Snelling really showing true to his personality right now. Played tight end back in the 90s for Butte, now leading the program. And he's sending his big boys out. Stoppage in the action here. I don't think anybody took a timeout. The officials just clarifying something. The wind's starting to gust to our left now. The door is open for Butte, and you can hear the coaches yelling something out. They might see something that they like. Tight bunch to the right-hand side, out of the pistol. Cooper stretch left. And Coleman squeezes through the pile before he's taken down with a gain of 7 about. Jaden Bridgewater, one of the guys to make the tackle for Laney. 2nd and 14 officially marked on the field. Right on the Laney 27-yard line, just inside of the far hash mark. Turnovers have been part of the problem today on both sides. 2 interceptions by DJ Duran for Laney. One of those a pick 6 and a plethora of fumbles. A shovel pass inside, spins out of the first tackler, staying on his feet. And the pass complete to Adon Turner. Butte has run that play quite a few times. The speed option to the left side and the shovel pass inside. We haven't seen Cooper keep it or pitch it to the back on the speed option this year. All those plays have gone to the shovel. After the hold, sends them all the way back, fighting forward. It's 3rd down and 5. Well within field goal range, but you might see Butte go for it if they can't pick it up here. Tight bunch to the right side. Too high safety look. Play action fake. Cooper over the middle. Cooper on the back shoulder delivers it. Complete to Najee Dade. Enough for the first down. And this one will be spotted right outside of the 10-yard line. So still able to pick up the first down. To the 1 are the Roadrunners. Clock churning down here, 8:04. First down and 10 from, they officially spot it down at the 12. So they can pick up the first down to the 2. A rush up the middle. And up to Coleman once again. Slow to get up momentarily, as that was Roman Gates making the play with help from Tomu Satini. Satini, edge player out of Tonga. Played for Chabot last year, led them in sacks with 5 sacks. And he's had his name in the books today for Laney. Working out of the pistol once more is Cooper. A stretch and a cut inside. And holding onto the ball tightly this time is Raby, as Raby able to pick up about a gain of 6 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 4 from the Laney 6 now.
It's 3rd down for the 6-yard line.
Clock continues to count down here with a 1-point advantage for the number 5 team in the 3C2A. They've got him punched in the mouth time after time today. They responded to the lead and have not given it up since that pick 6. Under center is the QB. Cooper rolls out left. Cooper trying to throw into the flat. It's intercepted. A great read by the linebacker in the flat, and it's taken away at the 11-yard line. The first interception of the day thrown by Amari Cooper, and Laney bends, and they make sure to fortify at the end. INT for the Eagles. Javans Donors, the 6'3" sophomore linebacker, with the interception in the flat. Trailing by 1, 31-30, 6:02 remaining. Can Laney's offense finally get something going here in the second half? One explosive play is all she wrote up to this point, and now some space along the sideline. The rush out to the 20-yard line. Marcus Jones, the man on the carry, making it 2nd down and 3. 2-back look now, going back to that 2-back pistol. Handoff, trying to use the motion receiver as the lead blocker, but all the pressure came off that right side edge. A tackle for loss, losing 2 on the play, and it's 3rd down and 5.
It's 3rd down.
3rd down and 5. Laney getting the interception. Can they keep this drive alive? 5:30 counting down. Empty look now for DJ Duran. Motions the running back in the backfield. Pressure comes, throws off his back foot, and this one's picked up at the 30. Threw it right past his intended receiver and sitting there ready to collect rent. That was Tony Caramella. Caramella was just sitting there waiting, and that ball off the mark. 3rd interception for DJ Duran today. Couple of those balls, man. Oh, you wish you could have them back. I think he was targeting Felipe Bear's lineup at fullback, and Bear stopped his route, and that ball just sailing forward. And Christmas in September for Tony Caramella. Just like that, a handoff back over Raby, and Raby getting a push from his team, a scrum! Turning into rugby real quick as that pile pushed down another 14 yards.
It is 1st down, Roadrunners.
First down, Roadrunners after the 14-yard rush by Raby. Ball is on the 16-yard line. First down and 10.
16-yard line.
Can you do it again? This has been a game of explosive highlight flashing plays. Laney needing another takeaway. Instead, a rush over the left side. Got his legs taken out. And then some more help over the top. 5-yard rush on the play by Raby. Roman Gates, one of those guys to make the stop.
It's second down.
4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. Spotted down to the Butte 11. No explosives necessarily at this point. Just some good old-fashioned hard-nosed football. Fakes the handoff, it's sweep to the left. The cutback lane, enough space to pick up the first. Raby, after a couple fumbles, has really gotten his game right, bringing this Roadrunner offense down inside of the 4-yard line. First and goal from the 4. Caleb Purfoy joining Darius Fontano to make the tackle. This front just looks a touch tired for Laney right now. Heavy punishing formations. And this time around, great trigger getting a tackle of loss of Mountain One. Caleb Purfoy, first one into that pile.
It's second down.
Clock will continue to count down. 2:48. Have to snap it one more time before the 2-minute warning. Or 2-minute timeout. Or, too many names for that. Thirteen personnel. Pitch over to the right side. Trying to work with some space. Has the cutback. And that might be targeting at the end of the play. A flag comes in as Raby in mid-air got hit hard by Jaden Bridgewater.
There's the flag on the play.
Holding.
And instead it's a hold.
10-yard penalty.
A 10-yard penalty will push
Remains third down.
Butte College back. So the ball will be moved back, and it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 15 now.
After the penalty, the ball is placed at the 15-yard line. It's second down.
2nd down and goal from the 15. And that stops the clock momentarily with 2:17. No, they want to wind the clock. Pardon me. The clock was running in the last play, so this will take us down to the 2-minute timeout. No need to take another play when you're leading by 1. 31-30, our score here after all this game played.
2-minute timeout.
57 minutes in the can. 2 more minutes to play. And Butte College has the advantage of the clock in their back pocket. We'll take the timeout here on Peralta TV. After the 2-minute timeout, 2 back set. Motioning the receiver across the formation. Cooper out of the pistol. Cooper hands off right side. Some space. Breaks one tackle in the backfield. Turns the corner, scoring the touchdown. Dion Coleman. Running a quarter of a gasser before he's finally able to find daylight. 37-30. And in all honesty, not necessarily the worst possible situation for Laney to be in. If they continue to keep them running, they'd have to try to use up all those timeouts to try and stop them from running the clock out. But now if you give up the timeout, if this extra point is good, it'd make it an 8-point game. Yes, your offense has been a little shaky here in the second half, but still gives you a chance. 1:53 remaining. I believe there's 3 timeouts still in the pocket of the Eagles. Let's see what this offense has in store. Still has some continuity for the offense for Laney Eagles, as Jeff Hagginson still the offensive coordinator despite the change of head coach. But man, this has been an up and down game throughout, but in the last quarter and a half, Butte finally getting back to their roots and doing Butte things. 12, 13, 22 personnel. Just wanting to punish the defense. Some big hits, some turnovers caused, but Butte on top here, 38-30. Gardner ready to kick things off. Ruffin and McAdoo both have kickoff returns for touchdowns. Are we going to see our third? And overhand kick. Running up to retrieve it. Taken out to the 20-yard line. Coverage team not able to give any space for Ruffin, as Ruffin steps out of bounds, only burning about 2 seconds off the clock. He'll be spotted at the 25-yard line, and it's 75 yards from glory. You need a touchdown, and you need a 2-point conversion. Is there a penalty flag here?
Flag on the play.
Offside, so an additional 5 yards added on, so the ball will be spotted down to the 31. Or in this situation, we've seen Butte have them re-kick it. But instead, just the 5 yards added on top. Out to the 31-yard line. And additional yardage added on, spotted down to the 35. Wind is blowing in the direction that Laney is driving. 65 yards to try to tie things up. 3 interceptions on the day for DJ Duran. Can he come up huge in this moment? Looks like 37, Mashawn Johnson is in the backfield. What do you have in store with 1:53 remaining? And they'll move the ball back 5 yards. This is exactly what I thought. I was a little confused with the initial spot. So the ball should actually be spotted down. It would have been a 5-yard penalty, not a 10. They moved it up. So now we got to do some more math. 69 yards from glory now. Nice. DJ Duran, jet motion, handoff, diving forward, falling to the floor is Jeremiah Ruffin. No yards on the play. 1:45 counting down. Hurrying up to the line. DJ Duran calling out the call. Barking instructions to his team. Durant out of the gun. Spread set. Looks near side, fires towards that far sideline. Ruffin caught, but he's tackled him out. Only a gain of 2 on the play, and a flag comes in. If this is a holding call against Laney, they'll have to take a timeout to stop a 10-second runoff. Instead, a personal foul, a late hit. So 15 yards will push the ball forward, and it looked momentarily like Butte had cleaned up their issues with penalties, but now late. A huge penalty, their 12th on the day, pushing them above 100 penalty yards on the evening. Laney College down to the 49-yard line of their own side of the field, and an opportunity to keep things running here, 1:28 remaining. First and 10 from the 49-yard line. The clock will start on the snap. Duran out of the gun, squats for the ball, looking forward, scoots left, eyes downfield, throws it off his right arm, and it's caught for a first down. Flag comes in late. The reception made by Tony McAdoo, showing off some of those arm angles, had me tongue twisted for a moment. It was Durant. So the ball was actually spotted at the Butte 43, so not enough to get the first down. Let's see what this flag is on. So the official is asking Laney College what they want, so this one will likely be a defensive holding against Butte. If you take the hold, it stops the clock until the snap, so you can foresee Laney wanting to take that. And also, it won't be 2nd and 3, it would be 1st and 10 once again. Holding on the defense. 10-yard penalty, pushing the ball forward for a first down. All of our brains working extra time right now. Of course you take it. Clock will start on the snap. Ball spotted down to the 41-yard line. This drive started at the 31. Now at the 41, a 40-yard drive up to this point. G.J. Durant stepping up in the pocket, and he's hit down hard. Laney's going to have to take a timeout as the sack comes in for Butte, their 3rd of the day. Quentin Beeman with the blow. Officially the 3rd sack of the day for Butte in the record books. Guess a few more pressures than I had counted in my head. "61 plays for Laney to the 69 of Butte College up to this point. Butte with 520 yards of offense compared to the 291 of Laney College. 2 of the scores from Laney coming off kickoff returns. So after all is said and done, 2 timeouts remaining for Laney. Ball spotted down to the 45-yard line of Butte. G.J. Duran getting some help from some flags up to this point. Duran will continue to operate out of the shotgun spread. Haven't seen too much of this formation tonight. Pressure coming. Duran over the top, overthrown. Ruffin was open, but a miscommunication between the sophomore and a sophomore. And it's 3rd down. 3rd and 14. 1:08 remaining. 38-30 our score. Butte leading by 8. The back is Vashawn Johnson. Third down and 14. Backpedaling, scanning, firing. Too far in front, and that's the dagger. An interception by the free safety, Montez Randall. Joe Sanders, the closest man in. 2 timeouts remaining. 59 seconds left on the clock. And the 4th interception on the evening by DJ Durant will be the final blow. In theory, if Butte is unable to get out of the side of the field, a safety would make it a 6-point game and force a tough situation. So it is the dagger, but I mean, things aren't necessarily completely over. You don't have much room to take a knee. 2 timeouts still, so you have to try and run it. Old school football here in the power I. And it is a tush push up the middle. Gaining 1 on the play. Laney taking the timeout with 55 seconds remaining. One more timeout taken here as it's 2nd down and 8. 2nd out of 9. No quit in these Eagles here. After a very tough first game out at Modesto. That was 40-14. They've had the number 5 ranked team in the 3C 2A on their heels all night long. They had the advantage for the majority of the first half until a late 52-yard pick 6 on a screenplay put Butte up 24-23, and from that point, fighting, clawing, continuing to just try to stay in this one, but just so hard when your defense has been living on the field due to these turnovers. Such an opportunistic defense, but just a tough situation to be in. Rush off the left side. Tackle made by number 44. That is Moreland Hampton Purifoy. Laney will take their final timeout here on 3rd down. So it's 3rd down and 2. Last charge timeout here. So if Laney can get one more stop, the clock will run down to 11 seconds. Time of possession at this point, 38 minutes and 22 seconds for Butte, 20 minutes and 38 seconds for Laney. Gotta rush this ball right now, trying to get the first down, but if you don't, you just gotta make sure you don't fumble. Ball security has to be number 1 priority right now. Fumbles have kept Laney in this game. 5 fumbles forced for the Eagles, 4 of them taken away. Butte trying to close things out with the first down. Under center, single back, or offset, I should say. Trying to get the defensive line to jump off. Cooper, handoff, left side, space, runs into his own back, sliding down in play, but enough yardage for the first. Ray B with the final blow. Clock counting down, one more knee to be taken, but that is about all she wrote here in Oakland, California. Out here from Dr. Bill Riley Stadium, clock will count down, and Butte will take this one 38-30. Give you a rundown of all the action up to this point. Joe Sanders able to get a 16-yard touchdown to start our scoring. That made Laney go up 7-0 early on in the first. From there, a turnover, and Butte able to convert on a 44-yard field goal attempt. This is where all the hectic activity happened. 99-yard kickoff return for the touchdown by Tony McAdoo. The very next play, 82-yard pass from Amari Cooper to Mikael Henderson. The very next play, Jeremiah Ruffin, 96-yard kickoff return for the touchdown. And then right after that, Akil Mason, 63-yard pass for a touchdown. And that put our score at 20-17. From that point, Esteban Gonzalez able to make it 23-17 with Laney as the advantage. But once Butte took it with a pick six right before the 2-minute timeout. It was a 52-yard pick six from Javen Hudson to give Butte their first lead with 1:54 on the clock, 24-23. It was Butte in control. Raby with a 5-yard run to make it 31-23. An answer on a 78-yard pass from Duran to Dixon, but interceptions, turnovers, and everything resulted in a final score for Butte. With under 2 minutes to play, Deion Coleman on the 15-yard run to give us our final of 38-30. Time of possession, a big story in this one, 39-22, officially at the end for Butte. To the 20-38 of Laney. Explosive plays all about, but at the end of the day, it's the number 5 team escaping Oakland with a win. DJ Durant, 16 for 36, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. The leading rusher for Laney College, it's Marcus Jones, 7 rushes for 17 yards. On the other side, Amari Cooper, 13 for 29, 296 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Raby reaches the 100-yard mark with that final rush. 24 rushes, 107 yards, 1 touchdown. The leading receiver with only 1 reception, Mikael Henderson, with an 82-yard reception for the touchdown. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all she wrote. 38-30. Laney falls to 0-2. Butte goes to 2-0. And that'll put a cap on it here on the campus of Laney College. Thank you all for joining us today. It's been a pleasure bringing you the action here on Peralta TV. My name is Max Agress. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back in a couple of weeks here for more Eagles football. And until then, 2 claps, folks. On to the next one.